correctly? Am I going to make sense? So all these thoughts will go through a new Toastmaster's mind. And that's why it's really important that the first speech that any Toastmaster does is actually called the icebreaker, where you introduce yourself, because that is the topic whereby nobody knows but you. You get to know yourself, first and foremost. So I understand that it's some people's first time here at a Toastmaster session, like a long meeting, or even have the word Toastmasters. Can I have a show of hands? First time at Toastmasters? Very nice, welcome.
This Toastmaster?
It's his second meeting. He was there at the Brunei Advanced Speakers Club, and that's where he signed up. So just in a nutshell, Toastmasters actually is a communication and leadership development program whereby you learn from learning by doing. So basically it's an application, practicing your skills, peer-to-peer feedback, and following the program in which Toastmasters International set out. Toastmasters International is an organization which is a non-profit, which is established in 1924 in the United States. And it's actually found in 140 countries around the world with over 270,000 members with over 14,000 clubs. So the Brunei chapter actually started in 1999, and currently there are 3 clubs in Brunei. So there's the Brunei Speaks Club. This was the mother club that started Toastmasters in Brunei. Then the second club was the Otters Toastmasters Club. They actually meet in Panaga Club every alternate Wednesday. And then we have the Brunei Advanced Speakers Club that meets once a month on the second Friday at a location that will be confirmed and will always be announced on our Instagram account because I'm also a member there. So since this is not our typical Toastmasters meeting and you won't see how a typical Toastmasters meeting is run, we kick off with this workshop. Before we do, I'd like to introduce or get to know people around the room. There's a mixture of both members and guests, which we warmly welcome. So let's start from this side of the room. Please introduce your name. And are you a member of this club?
My name is Philip. Yes, I'm a member of this club.
Yeah. How long?
The first day of the book.
I joined in 2017, but because of COVID, we stopped for a few years. So I think I'm about 3 years old here. 3 years old?
Your friend's speech done before? Icebreaker done before?
Oh, I'm level 2 now.
Great.
Hey.
Looking forward to your next speech. Sign up for 23rd July.
Yeah, level 2. I'm only level 2. Still a beginner. I'm learning.
Thank you, Philip. Next we'll move to, who do we have here? Introduce yourself please, and who brought you here today?
Oh, good evening. My name is Yi Yong. My teacher brought me here. Yeah, my English teacher, Teacher Lawrence. I'm here to improve my table topics and speaking abilities. I came here because Teacher Lawrence asked me to come here, and I've been here since I'm a guest since last year. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll be turn 16. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Hey! Okay, I look forward to seeing you joining us in 2 years' time.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Good start to your future here. Next we invite Teacher Lawrence. We miss very much and need him back in our club.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm Lawrence.
Good evening.
I'm a former member of this club, but I'm going to renew my membership.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Lawrence. And beside Lawrence we have Matthew.
Hi everyone, I'm Matthew. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here today because because there's a workshop held by Miss Ling Ling. Yeah. And I would like to learn or pick up the skill of how to write speeches that are both engaging and relatable, because I think that engaging the audience is a very important aspect of a good speech. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Agree. Thank you very much, Matthew. Come on in if you're here for the workshop. Next we have Noi. Noi, you'd like to introduce yourself to us?
Hi, I'm Roy. I've been invited by Rosanna. This is my second time, not for this particular workshop, but this is my first Reduce workshop, but for something else. So, and it's also a promise to Rosanna that I'll be here to support her. And I've been following the BASC.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting, and that's why my coming here second time, hopefully be able to attend more sessions. Why I'm here as well is something to do with speech. I am comfortable with speech, but sometimes it's a bit nerve-wracking. You know, it's people that you know and people that you don't know, and it's how you tackle these two different type of audience. So yes, that's why I'm here as well, to gain knowledge.
Welcome. Happy to have you here with us. We just entered the room. We have you stand up to introduce yourself, and how did you find us?
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Zulfadli Shafiq. You can call me Joey.
Joey?
Joey.
Joey. Okay.
Joey from France, so it's easier.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my first time attending like these events. So a friend shared me your IG to me, so I just decided to join out of the blue.
Great.
Yeah, just trying out.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? Do something different.
Exactly.
Well, you're still young and everything, you can do everything.
Yes.
Join.
Yes. Thank you. I'm
Yes,
still
I
young.
love it. Welcome, Joey. And this is our president, by the way.
Newly minted yet hesitant president. So I've been a member. Okay, my name's Bobby. I've been a member 2011 until 2014. I was SAA and Vice President of Education. Then I came back to Toastmasters, I think 2 years ago. And I was just a member then. The first year, I was just observing. Second year, then I did my speeches. So I actually finished the earliest part. I did finish the advanced manuals, but not as far as Rosanna did. Then they had the new pathways. So now I'm exploring the new pathways. So I'm on level 2 now of the what was that path? Effective coaching. Yeah. So I'm there. So yeah, and recently I've been forced to elected as president of Overnight Speakers Club. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. We thank you for demonstrating your commitment and dedication by actually saying yes to being the president. Next.
Yeah, hello and good evening everyone. I'm Hamizan. You can call me Mizan as well. The reason why I joined this Toastmaster is because I need to improve my public speaking skills. The reason, actually, I wanted to come here to improve my public speaking skills. Yeah. So I know this Toastmaster is from IG as well. Yeah. So I'm here I want to improve my public speaking skills, especially when doing in a group, like a small group. I want to improve more on that. Public speaking skills. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Mizan. The first step is always the hardest.
Yeah.
You made it here.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
My name is Hakid, and I am nervous right now.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I come here tonight with the conviction to face my fear of public speaking. Yeah. Because I was inspired by Miss Heidi when she said dare to take the risk. So it rings the bell in my head. Why not? So here I am today. Thank you.
Hi, good evening everyone.
Hi.
My name is Irshad. I got inspired on 2nd July in the Brunei Advanced Speakers Club, which I always wanted to join past 8 years, but then being in corporate, never actually had time to join clubs as well. One of the reasons why I also wanted to join is because I always see these moderators and panelist sessions. When I was in telecommunication, there were few sessions that I attended. where I feel that there is always something missing, which is the connection when I have the story. Hence why I want to develop that, and not only the connection between my story, but the connection between myself and audience as well. So that's the reason why I'm here, and I'm here also for networking and learn from everyone. Thank you.
Another president in the room.
Hi, my name is Heidi. So I'm currently in the Brunei Advanced Speaker Club, but I'm a frequent visitor of the Brunei Speaker Club because I was born here. Literally found myself here in this room actually 8 years ago. I joined this club at the time. It was just simply because I want to get over fear doing a presentation. But what I found 8 years later, it was more than that. It's not just about presentation. I learned about leading my team. I learned so much about overcoming not just fear, but finding confidence that try anything that is new as long as you're learning. So that's the key thing that I have instilled in me. So I think with that, I just hope that we can continue to inspire each other and learn from each other. Yeah, back to you.
So happy to see a familiar face. Yeah, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi everyone, I'm Iqbal. Actually, I'm a former member of this club, but also I frequent this club. But the purpose of me coming here is to learn public speaking, but just to stimulate my cognitive skills in general, just to be more articulate. As I'm aware that I am a late bloomer in terms of socializing, so part of my mission coming here also to network and just maybe just informal conversation. Yeah. So, but foremost, just enjoy the speeches.
Yay!
Okay.
Tonight there will be speeches, but you might need to do one of them. And I pivot to this side of the room. Lauren is one of your students. Could you introduce yourself to us? Your name, why you're here, why you said yes to Teacher Lawrence.
My name is Angel, and actually Teacher Lawrence has been promoting this club at school for a while now.
Thank you.
And he introduced about something that we were going to do at the club today, and it sort of interested me, so I decided to try it out after a while.
Oh, love it. Thank you so much for coming. Actually, most importantly for the students in the room tonight, I'm so glad your parents said yes. They've trusted Teacher Lawrence to be here with you tonight for the next 2 hours to learn something that could benefit you for your academic life as well. And we have two of our members who just came in. We're just doing introductions around the room. So Zaki, you want to go first, then your sister. We do youngest, then eldest.
Hello everyone, hello Toastmaster and guests. My name is Zaki and I am currently studying in UTP, taking business course. That is all.
Thank you, Zaki.
Hello everyone, my name is Amira and I am Zaki's sister. I am currently studying in UISA, taking Usuluddin while also juggling through my minors of translation. I'm minoring in translation, which is Arabic. I translate English or Malay to Arabic and vice versa. Wow. Thank you.
Wow, that's a skill. A fun fact is that Amira's mom used to be a Toastmaster. It's really nice to see another generation of Toastmasters coming from her family. So if you haven't met me before, my name is Rosanna. I've been a Toastmaster for 21 years. I've served many leadership positions in Toastmasters International. And currently I'm serving on the executive committee of 3 clubs because I feel like I need to do my service. So, I'm serving on the Brunei Advanced Speakers Club with Heidi, serving on the Brunei Speakers Club with Bobby, and serving on Vivid Voices Toastmasters Club, which is then rebranded to a podcasting club. So if you'd like to find out more, you can also speak in regards to that. Now, having done the introductions in the room, I really would like to introduce to you your facilitator and workshop speaker today. A lot of you know her. She's very fun-loving with your interactions with her and with a lot of energy. Now, Ling Ling, she has been a Toastmaster for almost 11 years now, and she has held many leadership positions in Toastmasters International, the most recent being that she was last term's public relations manager for District 87. So meaning to say that she was responsible for promoting all the programs and activities within District 87 itself and supporting the executive leadership of District 87, reporting to the District Director. She was also previously the Division Director for Division E, meaning to say that she had to take care of 12 or more clubs under her leadership, which spanned across Brunei, Miri, and Bintulu. And that she also was the past president for the Brunei Advanced Speakers Club, and she's also supported other clubs in other executive committee positions. I know that she has been a mentor to many members, and she's been very proud to see them grow in their own respective ways, helping them with their speeches and also club roles. Now, what you might not know about Ling Ling is that actually she won first runner-up in District 91 in the UK for the International Speech Contest when she was just a university student. So to have a Bruneian represent Brunei on the UK stage is a really amazing feat, I feel, and not one opportunity that many of us would have. So congratulations to Ling Ling for that wonderful achievement. Ling Ling, I would say that she is a woman of many trades. She is a trainer, a facilitator, she can do event management, she's an entrepreneur, she's a copywriter, she's an MC, and so much more. And I'm just so glad that tonight she's with us in the room amidst her busy schedule to help us learn on how to put our pen to podium. Please help me welcome Riley.
Thank you very much, Zana, and welcome everyone to the Brunei Speakers Club. I don't know who she just introduced just now. It's such an amazing person. But yes, so I think most of us who come to this meeting today have seen the advert going out about how we're going to put whatever our thoughts are without writing down with our pens on paper, and then how do we translate that to speaking at a podium in front of an audience. So tonight we're going to go through some nice little speech basics to help you to do just that. So let's go through the agenda for this evening. What we're going to do is for the first 10-15 minutes, we're going to go through some speech topics, some ideas, some things we have in mind. We're going to write it down, so the next time we have an opportunity to speak, we can have a whole plethora of ideas that we can draw from. After that, we're going to go through some speech techniques that will help us organize those thoughts, those ideas, into a structure where people can listen to and understand and can draw their own inspiration from. And after that, the last 40 minutes or so, we are going to have everyone write and then present their speeches in front of the audience. Now, bearing in mind that we do have quite a few people present here tonight, not everyone might be able to present. So I know some of you are like, yeah. But we do want to see some of you present. We want to try to think of it as an opportunity, because when you come in and present, you're not only going to get to test out your skills in front of a live audience, we will also be providing feedback. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to come here and then get direct and immediate evaluation on what are your strengths that you can lean on, and what are some things you might look into improving for future speeches. So think of it as an opportunity, and I hope to see some of you give some speeches tonight. And don't worry, it's not going to be a full speech. It's just going to be a quick, 1 to 3 minute speech based on what you've learned, your topics, as well as the structure that you will be putting into conclusion. So everything sounds okay so far? So far, so good?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's get right to it. Now I've got a couple of introductory slides to go through. So a lot of us start off with a fear of public speaking. None of us come into this naturally. I know I sound like I know what I'm talking about, But like she said, I've been doing this for 11 years, and Bobby is a testament. He's seen me, how I was like when I first walked into this club, and I tell you, it was not pretty. I was so awkward, I didn't know what I was. Hi, come in, you're just in time. We haven't really started anything yet. This is just the introductory bit. So sit down, relax, get some pen and paper out, and then we'll go through this. So yeah, when I first joined, I think my first speech at Brunei Speakers Club, I actually, when the moment I said thank you and I bowed, I ran to the toilet to throw up because I was so full of nerves. So honestly, this is not a natural process. Public speaking is a learned behavior. And if 19-year-old me throwing up in the bathroom after a speech can learn how to do it, then anyone can, honestly. So there's a few reasons why are we so afraid of public speaking. Number one is the fear of the unknown. We don't know what might happen on the stage. Anything could happen. Like me, I didn't know I was going to throw up that night. No one knows. The risk of failure, we don't want to go up there and do badly. Sometimes we build up such a high expectations of ourselves and what we want to achieve that when we don't live up to that, we are so hard on ourselves. And that applies to public speaking as well. I believe I've just heard the answer come on. So we're going to have a quick break, just to respect that. Thank you. I'm going to stay up here, and we're just going to look like a total, just like a donkey up here. You know, I'm guilty of that a lot. In fact, I'm not even sure whether I'm not appearing foolish right now. But hey, if you are brave enough to stand up here and say anything, I don't think there's any reason for you to look stupid, because I think just the act of being up here makes you so much smarter than anyone else, because you know that this place is the way to be. And if you're up here saying what you're thinking, then other people have no choice to listen, you know. So for me, I feel like that's the smartest thing ever. So these are the 3 reasons I was so afraid. I want you to keep this in mind and fight them, because you are better than these 3 things. So how do we improve? How do we move on from these 3? Well, number 1, preparation. Someone once asked, you know, what makes you confident? And I remember my friend when I prepare. Because when you're up there and you've done all that you can, when you know that you've got all the facts and figures and all the things up there, then there's no reason to be afraid, because everything is already up here. And no matter what people say or ask or tell you, you know you have an answer. So when you prepare, you improve. And next, when you relax. When you come up here, don't get into your head so much. You know, don't think about, oh, you know, I'm going to do so poorly, I'm going to look stupid, you know, this is so terrible, I don't know why I do this. When you have all this negativity in your mind, it's going to affect the way you look up in front, because when you're tense, your audience is tense. When you're nervous, your audience is nervous. When you come up here, no one wants you to fail. The only person who wants you to fail is yourself, because you're telling yourself that you're going to fail. So don't do that. Relax and just tell yourself you're going to have a good time, and eventually you will. And lastly, experience. There's just no way around it. The more you do, the better you will be. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to become a world famous public speaking champion just by coming up here the first time. You got to keep at it and doing it. In fact, that's why we joined Toastmasters. A lot of us join because we are lacking in some reason when it comes to public speaking. And so we come here when we hope that we're going to learn a few tips, tricks, and techniques. And after that, we're going to use this to improve ourselves in some form or manner. And that's why we're all here. None of us are experts, but we hope to be one in the future. And that's what propels us to keep coming here day in and day out. So that is it for the intro. We're now going to move on to the first bit, which is the topic choosing. All right. So all of us comes with a wealth of ideas and experiences and information that makes us unique and different from the person next to us. We are full of stories to tell. And tonight, what I want us to do is to tell a story. I'm going to pull up a couple of things that we're going to talk about and discuss and write down. And these will be the wealth of stories you have to share. of us who are in school, sometimes, you know, for your English exams, you'll have to write an essay or something like this. This will help you. And for those of us who are working adults, you might think, what are these stories? How are these stories going to help us? When you have to give a pitch, a proposal, a presentation, these stories are the ones that make people want to listen to you. Say you have to pitch something, you have to make a proposal where you have to convince someone to buy into your ideas. These stories you have, whether personal or someone else's stories, these are the ones that bring in emotion for people to buy into your idea. When it comes to speeches, they are made out of three things: logics, emotions, and credibility. When you are credible in the way, in your profession, in your experience, in what you do, that's why people believe you when you tell them about a certain topic. And then you bring in logic. That's when the facts and figures and the way you structure your speech convince them to believe you. But to take it a step further, that's when you bring in emotions, your story. You tell them why this is so important, why this will change people's lives, why this has affected you. And when you put a bit of yourself and a bit of all these stories into it, people will believe you and buy into your idea. And that's why these stories are so important. And today's idea is for you to build that archive of story, that library of experience, so that the next time you have to do some sort of presentation, you have something in your back pocket you can bring forward and insert it into that presentation. All right. So these are some places where you can draw these stories from. Your interests, your career, your family, your education. Now we'll go through this one by one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to try and put down as many answers as you can on your paper. And then I might just ask maybe one or two people to share what they've written down. So make sure you actually write something down, okay? Alright. So just something simple for the first one, interest, yeah? So what are some of your hobbies? What is something that you enjoy doing on the weekend? What is something you look forward to when you get back home and you just want to do? Whether it is watching something on Netflix, or gardening in your backyard, or going to a restaurant that you like. You can always think of something that happened or a conversation that took place when you're doing your story, or a shared experience with someone that you learned something from and you grew from. And that's the basis of your experience and stories. Alright. Iqbal. What's a hobby you have?
Currently playing badminton.
Playing badminton. Yeah. With your friends? I mean, you can't play badminton alone, right?
Yeah, with my regular friends.
Yeah. And I bet when you're doing that, sometimes something funny happens or something inspirational happens.
Yeah, I enjoy their company. But mostly I play badminton. I think it's a way of me coping my stress, especially at work. But whenever I'm in the court playing, I feel like I'm cut off from the reality. So yeah, that's the main purpose. Actually, it's a way of detoxing my stress.
There you go. That's already something that you can incorporate into your daily life. Because like if you have to give a certain presentation or something, you can talk about the de-stress day. You can talk about something that happened with you and your friends. So these are all things that you can always just slide into anything. All right. Let's pick another person. Noi, what's something that you enjoy doing on your weekend?
That is something that I am keen to do something in the weekend, because my time right now, Zana knows that, and Bobby now knows as well, is that I spend most of my available time going to the communal, because I've started Sejahtera, and those who does not know Sejahtera is basically it's a non-profit organization that helps the displaced. So I spend most of my time or free time going to the communal, and then after that possibly the rescues and all this. So what I would love to have is to have at least one day to myself, just doing nothing. That's what I would love to do. Doing nothing, just enjoy the nothingness.
Alright, there you go. Doing nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, the stories you have to tell, the things you must have seen, running Sejahtera.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could pick your brains. Maybe later on, if you could, I don't know, grace us with a speech or something about what you do. I feel like that would be amazing, incredible, the things you could teach us. Alright. So that's what we have for interest. Do we all of us have something written down for interests? Ish, it's okay, 1 or 2 things, or even nothing, it's fine because we've got another 3 areas to go through. Next thing, career. So, is there something that you want to achieve? Is there something in your ambitions, that a goal that you strive for or reach for? Or is there something happening at work that drives you, that motivates you, that inspires you, or that holds you back, pushes you down, stresses you out? These experiences are valid no matter if they're negative or positive because they make up who you are. They are a part of you. For the students here, you convert career into school. Thank you. For people here who don't exactly fit into career or school, maybe they're going to retirement. I don't know. I don't know how to relate to that.
Retirement plan. That's
Retirement plan.
yeah. What do you want? They're planning to do in their retirement.
What's it called? Bucket list, right?
Things
you're gonna, you convert whatever career goals and ambition into life achievements. What are some things that you want to do in your life, regardless of your careers and things you've done before? All right. If we're done with that, let's go around the audience looking for some examples. Can I ask from maybe Hamizah? Alright. What's something happening at work that consumes you right now?
Alright. I would like to get more confidence in public speaking because I'm handling some team members under me at work. That's why, because I tend to get nervous when speaking in a group. Yeah, that's why. But beside that, I need to be firm as well. But before I need to be firm, I need to have confidence first in speaking. Yeah, that's right.
Oh wow, yeah. That's a bit of a chicken and egg situation,
Yeah.
isn't it? So it's a bit of a shame. But I think, I don't know if you like what you're seeing so far, but that's something that we do here at this program as well in Toastmasters. We learn not just how to speak, public speaking like one to many. We also learn how to speak in a setting where, from leader to team member, the kind of language you use in interpersonal communications and in leadership. So maybe that's something that you can look into, and if you're interested, you can talk to, for example, Rosanna over here, who is in charge of our education this term. So that was Hamizan, everyone. Let's ask someone else here. Maybe we can ask Teacher Lawrence. Cikgu.
Yes.
What's up at school? What's up at Chongqing?
I don't want to talk about the schoolwork, but I want to talk about something I recently completed. I enrolled in an online course last year, and I recently graduated from that course. It was a very rewarding experience because having to juggle both work and studies is definitely not an easy task. I struggled a lot, when I had to submit assignments, when I had to meet the deadlines, when I also had to prepare lesson for very smart students. It really tested my time management. There were times when I felt really stressed, but I was really lucky that I have a lot of friends who were there to encourage me. So that's why they are sort of like the pillars of strength for me, and they help me a lot when I struggle, and I'm really glad that I'm really proud of myself being able to finish the 1-year program.
Wow, that's so lovely. That was a good example of a mini speech right there. Oh no, I am serious. The fact that, you know, having such an experience you can share and people resonate with you because they can relate to whatever happened to you. The having a goal to strive for, being stressed, trying to juggle everything, but also having a support system. So these are all relatable things that get people to buy into you as a human being, as a personality, as someone who is just like them. And that makes whatever idea you have to convey a lot more easier to penetrate and inspire. So that's one of the reasons why we use story as a vehicle to convey our message. Next up, and something that's dear to everyone's heart, family. And this goes just beyond our immediate family. This also goes back to heritage. The people who came before us that are a part of us no matter how we like it or not. People who have passed down a wealth of information and experiences that shape who we are now. Whether it's your nini or their nini, there are things that we have from them that make up who we are. For example, it could be a family recipe, it could be an heirloom, but it could also transcend that. For example, it could be the people who come after us. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What are the values? What are the axioms that you want to give to the people who come after us? What is something about yourself that you want to pass down? But when it comes to immediate family, also, who related to you inspires you so much? What would you do for the people you love? When it comes to family, there's so many things you can say, and I think most public speakers, most inspirational speakers, they draw their strength from their families because the things that happen with their families are the ones that drives them to be better people. I see that we've all written something down. I'm gonna pick someone from the audience. How about Amira? Because I know your mom's a Toastmaster, right? But beyond that, you know, who inspires you from your family?
The most impactful to me that inspires me is probably my dad, because he was also an Arabic student, so I kind of followed his path throughout my life. And he was also one of my driving force to actually succeed in life. And I do hope one day that I might inherit his cooking skills, because he tends to boast about his cooking skills, and yet he hasn't cooked. He rarely cooks. That's all I guess.
Thank you so much, Amira. So that was also a great mini speech right there because legacy is so important. The effect your dad has on you shapes who you are because of him that you feel inspired to be who you are. And again, these are great material to insert into whatever you have or do. Just one more person to share who inspires them. I think I would like to ask from maybe Angel. Who inspires you?
I would say also my father. Since young, he has had a really rough childhood, and he also had problems finding work as a young adult. So, and I hear a lot of stories from him, how he used to be a truck driver and how he leaped to being a supervisor for a company. And every time he tells a story, he has this very ego.
Pride.
He likes to boast about it in a good way.
Ego is correct.
Okay.
But he's a manly man in the family. As the only man in our family anyway. And he's a very strong
Passionate.
He doesn't show his emotions very often, but when he does, it feels awkward. But he's a good father figure, all in all. And I also hope to inherit some of his confidence.
Okay, that was so lovely. Can we give her a round of applause? All right, Mr. Angel's dad, I hope you know that your daughter just gave you a review. 4 out of 5 stars. Could be better, but not too bad. So that was from Angel Lira. Now we'll move on to the last one, education. And I think this one goes beyond school. This one goes into self-development. What kind of skills you want to take on? What kind of activities you want to learn so you can improve yourself as a person? What do you want to teach yourself to improve so you can become a better person? There's more to life than just, eat, sleep, work, repeat. There are things to strive for beyond work or family, because we are more than just that. We are our own person. We've all written something down. Due to time constraints, we'll skip the sharing. But what I want you to do now is look at what you have on your pad and choose one. Because that's the topic you're going for tonight to write. We'll dive into speech writing now. As I'm doing this, and I know I'm talking a lot, so while I'm doing this, feel free to follow along by writing your speech. Because we're going to be presenting very soon. And we're going to make this like a working presentation where I speak and you kind of listen to me, but you don't really have to. And you use this time to write. Because I'm pretty sure that
If you're anything like me, you'll be too stressed to listen to me and you actually want to work on your speech. So, two very important things when it comes to speech writing that will help you is number one, clarity. There's no point in writing on all the facts, figures, information and putting on 101 things in there if people don't understand what you're saying. So whatever you write, whatever you do, the most important thing to remember is to be understood. So it's very tempting to use bombastic words, complex language, be as articulate as you can and verbose, but if you do too much of that, people won't understand what you're about anyway. When it comes to public speaking, the simpler, shorter, sweeter sentences they are, the better. Because people relate to you on a level where if it sounds like you're talking to them one-on-one. And people don't use those kind of language when it comes to conversations. The more in my opinion, the more casual you are, the better. Unless even when it comes to work presentations, you want to avoid using big languages unless it is a industry-specific jargon you have to use. The more simple the language, the better, because the more people understand you. The next is to be remembered. And to be impactful, you have to have a message, you have to have a point. There has to be a reason why you're giving the speech. There has to be a reason why you are forced to come up here on a stage when you don't like public speaking. There's a reason why you're here, and you have to fulfill that reason. You have to come up with a message. And when you speak with that message, with that reason, people will remember you. Because all your entire speech will be centered around that reason. So speak with purpose. Right. Here are some speech techniques to help you. Number one, think about your message. You have your topic. You've chosen it, you've circled it, you're going to speak about it later. But what is the message of that topic? Why are you speaking about it? What's so important about that speech topic that you want to share with us? Remember it and write it down. If I'm going to speak about my dad, why am I speaking about my father? Because I love him, but why would people care about that? Because I think that he has taught me so many things, and this is one of them, and I want to share that with you. Number two, think about your audience. And I mentioned it just now as well. Why does your audience want to listen to this? If I'm going to talk about this, how is it relevant to my audience? Because I could go on and on about how much I love my dad, but why would you guys care about that? No, the audience would care more about what impact has my dad made upon my life that will make an impact on their lives as well. So you have to think about your message in that kind of context. What's in it for them? And lastly, think about your details. And this goes back to the logic of your speech. How do you support your speech with the evidence to make people remember you, to make people understand where you're coming from? So when you put all these three together, these make up the foundations of your speech and the points you're going to talk about. How are we all doing? Writing, right? Very stressed, right? Keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking. You can keep writing. All right. Here are some quick techniques for speech outlines. I'm gonna go through them quickly to see whether this will suit your speech. When it comes to a 2-minute speech, there's only so much you can talk about. You can't put like 5, 6, 7 things. So you wanna focus on some simple basic outline. Number one, timeline. If you're telling a story, what happened from A to Z. And remember, if it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, speak for the time you have. No matter if you want to say a lot of things, you want to make sure it fits in the time frame. Someone told me once that to go over time is to be disrespectful. Because what it means is that you don't respect your audience enough to speak within the allotted time, and you don't respect their time enough that you're taking up their time. So timeline means A to Z. Make sure you have a beginning, middle, conclusion. There has to be an ending, there has to be a conclusion to what you're saying. Number two is problem solution, and this is very good for a plan that you have, or a proposal that you're about to make. To make people buy into your idea, you have to make sure there's a problem that you're solving. This is what's wrong. This is how I'm going to fix it for you, and this is why you need my solution. Number 3 is cause and effect. This is great for case studies. If you're presenting a report, this is the best part. If you're doing a report, cause and effect, meaning this is what happened, and this might be what's going to happen. So this is the cause, why this happened, and this is what's going to happen. Cause and effect. Great for reports. Lastly, comparative. If you're going to buy some factual based information, this will be the one for you. Okay, everyone so good so far? Do I have to say yes? I'm pretty sure not everyone was listening to this. Alright, moving on. I'm just saying, you know, Zana was saying stuff like, oh, you're not very engaging, very funny, but no one's laughing today, so I feel very sad.
I was thinking what to say.
I know, right?
Don't stress.
Yeah, don't stress. Like, Heidi, how many speeches you've done already here?
8 years of Toastmasters.
Right.
You've done at least. Volunteer.
Oh, yes, she volunteered. I didn't even say anything. She signed herself up already. Thank you for your sacrifice.
The co-facilitator will think about it.
Don't worry about it. In any case, you know, even if you don't think you do well, at least you've got feedback to do better next time. So it's a win-win situation. You do good, good lah. Clap, clap, clap. You do bad, don't mind lah. Next time do better. Is that, you know, win-win.
Inspire.
So here are some tips to help you. You know, there's the classic who, what, where, when, how, why. Yeah, Mr. How is 5 why. Don't do that, guys. That's not very good. You know. So this one is a classic. Teacher Lawrence loves this. So when you don't know what to say, think about how, who, what, when, where, how, why. Wait, I said how twice.
Who, what, where, when,
how, why. So remember when I talked about details just now, if you're lacking for details to add onto your speech to support your point, you think about these, and eventually you come to an idea from these 5 W and 1 V to support your point. And next, during the speech itself, remember to pause